What's up, buddies, and welcome to Real Fun Times, Spooktastic Halloween Adventure with me, Snowy.
And me, the doctor.
What's up?
Let me see if you can figure this one out. Spooky.
Oh my god, was that your zombie spooky?
That's it.
I loved it.
You get me.
Speaking of zombies, so today when we are recording this is actually October the 8th. And I want to wish everybody a very happy World Zombie Day.
Get the fuck out of your World Zombie Day?
Yeah.
How fun.
Like, how serendipitous, right? Like,
Do you remember a few weeks ago?
Right.
I do. We were talking about zombies and how I might be over them.
Yes.
Now, sneak a peek, this movie didn't help.
Didn't do anything for the cause?
Good fucking Lord.
Yeah.
But I'm not over zombies. And what brought me back was, have you heard of the Marvel's What If series?
Yes, I have.
They have a What If Zombies. And it was, chef's kiss. Magnifique.
Oh.
Oh, it was so fucking good. So fucking fun that it brought me right back in. In fact, these last couple of weeks, I got, this last week, AMC for a week.
Yeah.
And I've been binging Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, the new Walking Dead series, and I'm loving it all. Loving it all. Now, those are AMC zombies, so I mean, like, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But newsflash, I'm not over zombies.
Well, I'm delighted to hear that.
I feel good about it, too.
And I'm glad this movie didn't turn you off forever and make you say fuck zombies.
So close.
Wow.
But you know what? I think we're going to debate if these are zombies.
Oh, interessant. Okay. We actually probably will. Well, my friend, are you ready for a fun fact?
Ooh, am I ever.
Now, I don't know how much you know about Haitian law.
Well, this will surprise you. Nothing.
Oh, okay. That's not what I was going for, but all right. Cool. Well, it'll surprise you to find out, and hopefully some of our listeners, that a law in Haiti makes it a criminal offense to turn someone into a zombie. Please wait.
Wait a minute.
Please wait. Please wait. Article 249 dictates that if someone drugs another person, buries them as though they were dead, and then digs the person up and brings him back to life, it's still considered murder.
Wow, my mind is fucking blown.
You're welcome.
What a fun fact. For it to be a law, it means there's a serious problem.
Like,
right? Like they didn't write don't murder just for fun.
Right.
A lot of murders were going on. So they were like, let's not kill one another.
No.
Not cool. Not cool.
And then bring each other
Not
back.
cool,
And like, I
Kane.
didn't do it. See, he's right here. He's fine. We can Bernie it. Like
Abel's like,
So the most famous case of like a real zombie actually it was a Haitian man.
But when you say real zombie, what do you mean?
So
not the Romero zombie that we know.
No,
surely.
but it's where somebody was dead and then they came back. Now, in this case, the guy
like Lazarus, they came back, like in a fun storybook from days of old, or
I thought you said Days of Our Lives. I was like, I'm sure that's been a plot point on there at some point.
Victor Caracas.
Oh. Somebody might watch that.
Well,
but his last name's like Narcissus. It's not Narcissus, but like it's something very close to like the Greek. But apparently it was like a combination of all these like psychotic drugs. But apparently like but it has been used like time and time again.
Reanimated dead flesh.
Essentially, yeah.
Crazy. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a fucking lot.
If they could do it back then, imagine.
Ooh. So this movie, man, like today we're talking about House of the Dead, 2003. So this is week 3 of our Spooktastic.
Yes. Did you dig up some fun previews?
I did, in fact. 2003, House of the Dead. Director, Ew Bowl. Written by Mark A. Altman, Dan Bates, and others. There was another guy, I think.
Others. I love that.
It's always
They're
and others. He's like, do not put my name in this shit. So another guy, something Parker, he said that the movie was kind of like a bastardization of his original screenplay. He's like, what you saw was not what I wrote. But I did not see him on the list on IMDb. So
he made it then.
No.
He saved himself.
Ooh, good. IMDb gives this movie 2.1 out of 10 stars.
Absolutely.
Metacritic gives it a 15 Metascore and a 1.4 user rating, which I do believe might be the lowest user rating we have encountered thus far. Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 3% on the tomato meter and a 10 audience score.
That bucket is upside down.
Yeah, there's no saving this. So
when you research this wasn't sci-fi, because I kept thinking and saying to you during the live watch.
And I'm like, there's titties. No.
Okay, I forgot that point. Go ahead.
Doing the cast, there weren't a lot of people in this movie.
Just Captain Kirk.
And Clint Howard.
Oh, yeah.
I did not realize they called him Captain Kirk until
I called him Gilligan.
The second watch, which I was hammered.
You don't remember him being so upset about Captain Kirk jokes? He almost shot a kid and was like,
was that a plot
no,
point?
Captain Kirk jokes.
I didn't fucking, nope. I just heard him. I've got somewhere on my notes. Captain fucking Kirk.
It was a thing.
Oh my God. So the only people I really talk about, so Clint Howard, who is Salish, who is our first mate, our little
Gilligan.
Captain of the Sea. Like, what's the fish stick brand where it's like
Fisherman's or Fishman's?
Fishy fish? I don't know.
No. Fishers?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Not the guy in
There's like a blue and a yellow.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. So Clint Howard is dressed as
that guy.
No. What's as Georgie from It, right before his demise.
Wow, deep cut. Fuck yes.
Thank you. I just came up with that too. That just
off the cup.
Yeah, that's how we do here at
Just
RFT.
how we like it.
So I just wanted to really talk. This is Clint Howard's third appearance on the podcast.
Is that it?
I thought it was more.
I feel that way too. And every appearance is delightful.
Oh yeah,
He's
always
not
a fun
the
time.
cause of the problem.
No, I always enjoy seeing Clint Howard.
He always elevates.
Yeah. But most recently on Tango and Cash. And do you know what his first appearance in this podcast was?
Oh boy, I do not recall.
I think the movie that we may have given the very first 0 to, Santa with Muscles.
Santa with Muscles?
Uh-huh.
Who was he in Santa with Muscles?
Somebody squirrely.
Was he like an elf?
Maybe.
I have wiped that shit clean from my brain.
I feel like I talk about the movie all the time. People are like, because when I talk to people about the podcast, like, what's the worst movie you've seen? And I was like, well, it was Cats. But prior to that, Santa with Muscles.
Yeah. I don't even mention Santa with Muscles anymore. It's Stray Cats.
I almost feel like if I could turn back time. I almost did it. And I was like, okay, catch yourself, Noelle. I feel like Santa with Muscles could have gotten a Satan's gaping asshole.
Oh, yes. We didn't even have that ranking.
We didn't know. Now, the chick that played Karma, who I referred to as Foxy Brown, because that's what they referred to her as at the very beginning of the movie. It wasn't me. She actually, of all like the main group of kids we see in the movie, has done the most.
Okay.
She actually has done voice work for Star Wars.
Cool.
She's on Star Wars: The Old Republic, and most recently she's been on that show that I love, Slasher, which now is in its, I think, 4th season.
I can't recall her character though.
Well, on Slasher?
Yeah.
I'm not sure which, because there's been 4 seasons. And I will say, like...
Oh, I don't think I've seen that one.
Dude.
I think I was thinking of Fear Street.
Fear Street, yeah. Dude, we talked about it. You've got to watch Slasher.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome. There's the first 3 on, I think, Netflix right now, and then there's the other on Shudder, and AMC has got it on their thing.
Oh, I got 4 more days.
Hey. And we had Jurgen Prochnow as Captain Kirk.
Oh, boy.
So he's super big in Germany. Like he is a very, very
been
big
around
German
here
actor.
too, right?
Oh yeah. Well, we're gonna
Like,
yeah.
a shitload.
Yes. Some of his bigger things, Judge Dredd, The English
Stupid.
Patient,
Oh.
Air Force One,
Oh, yes.
24, the original movie Dune that came out with Kyle MacLachlan.
Time out. Fucking 24. Such a beloved show. I hated it. I would rag on it all the time. The fucking the timer going down. I was like, okay, what are we gonna do today, guys? I don't know. Save the world, save the planet, save the universe. What do you got time for? Making toast.
I never watched that
Taking
show.
a pee, killing some guys. Like,
Killing some guys.
fuck that show.
Hilarious. Okay. Well, now we know. Now we fucking know. Beer Fest, which I love Beer Fest.
Vaguely remember it.
I think it's so fucking funny. I love those guys. I think they're so
Yeah,
funny
yeah,
and
yeah.
so ridiculous.
Yeah.
The Seventh Sign, which was about the end of the world. It had Demi Moore.
Really?
It was pretty good. Like I
Yeah?
think she was like giving birth to the Antichrist.
Ooh.
It was decent. Like
Okay.
late 80s, early 90s. It was a pretty solid little film. Honestly, those are the only three people I was going to talk about for the cast talk because, look, guys, I'm not trying to be rude, but the rest of the cast, they've done things. Like they've all done things, but these are the most notable of our people.
Absolutely. You did absolutely well because as I kept yelling throughout the live watch, this isn't a sci-fi movie. Like everything about this rings sci-fi, including the cast of nobodies.
Yeah. And then me being like, boobs. So this had a $12 million budget and made $13.8 million at the box office.
That's incredible. It didn't bomb. It made 1 million over. Doesn't a bomb have to be below budget?
No, not necessarily.
Interesting.
Because pretty much if you don't double your budget,
then it's a bomb.
then yeah, you're not.
Oh shit, this bombed.
Yeah, it's bombed hard.
Now that I understand bombs,
Should we have another one?
ooh, yes. Time out, guys. BRB. All right, so are we done with your previews?
For now.
For now, nice. Always keep them wanting
For
more,
now.
Snowy.
Hey. Key to my success, baby.
Now, I know you're leading today, but I just want to start with this. We
No.
have a narrator, and this is how he begins the film. It all started a few days ago when I came here for a rave. And I wrote, uh-oh, we're in trouble. Now, please.
So we'll get back to later who the narrator is and what is happening. So I think what does my first note say? Now, granted, I was kind of hammered when I wrote about half these notes, so we're going to see how this goes.
Ooh, I like this.
Guy came here for a rave. All that's left is the rotten smell of death. Prodigy?
It was a Prodigy wannabe because that wasn't Prodigy.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? Because I looked it up online. I was
Good.
like,
I'm
this
glad you did.
sounds just
It
like
did sound a
I'm
lot like
fire
Prodigy.
starter.
Yeah. Prodigy light.
I put here, the opening credits suck so bad. It was like some weird of like a bad LSD mishmash of like gameplay from, because, okay, this is based off of, did you ever play this game?
I know I've played it in like an arcade. I mean, that's
For sure, me too.
So-
Back in the day, House of the Dead, it was a shooter, old school
Yes.
shooter. What I remember was it was super hard, very scary, and I loved it, but I was not good at it. I would die a lot. You had to have a partner.
Yeah.
That was fairly decent, if not great.
So since you went ahead and brought up that this is based on the video game, which came out in 1996, and it ended up having 5 like offshoot sequels reworking.
That's right.
There are 32 clips from the game. So there's a rave going on. This like looks like Jungle Island. I don't know. And then we go to kind of mainland with this like 5 friends. I've got us some fucked up names.
I did not know any of the names, but yeah, these guys, everybody's talking about this cool ass rave.
Here for the rave. The guy dressed like your dad, Foxy Brown.
Yeah.
One I just called Goofy.
There was the couple, which was I called. Well, it's too soon to explain that, so you go on.
And then there's Alicia, who's the hot girl. And then I don't even know what I have. It looks like Miss Dell, but I don't think that's right.
So they have to get to this rave. They got to get to the boat that's going to take them to the island, right?
And
they're like
the boat was here at 5 o'clock. Like, it's 5:15. It's cool.
Yeah, they're like, would you say these guys are like freshmen in college?
No, because like some of
you
them,
think like high school?
No, they're
senior
like,
high school?
No, they're college age. Like they're like adult. Like they're 20. They're 21.
Oh, they did not act or feel 21.
And people they often write.
First of all, this writing is atrocious.
God,
we
awful.
talked a little bit about the video game. I think this is one of those video game movies that you can put in air quotes because I think all that they followed as far as the formula was the name and quote unquote zombies.
So this movie, and I don't want to blow my whole load before we get into things, was the prequel to the 1996 game.
To the game.
And then once we get to the end, we'll talk more about that.
Absolutely will. So these kids, they get to the spot where the ferry's going to take them over the island. Ferry's gone because it's on time because that's how ferries do stuff.
Yeah, like they're very, very like punctual.
So
Don't you miss that ferry?
Don't miss the ferry. Everyone knows that.
Got a tattoo on my lower back of that.
Wow, well played. It applies in so many levels. And so
zone.
they have to no ski. And so they have to hire a local fisherman, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what you do.
Right.
And this guy...
You've got a boat.
Who, spoiler alert, I'm naming underwear model. He's flashing his dollar bills.
Yeah.
He's got a wad.
Is it wad? Do you wheelie wub it? Hilda.
Goodness gracious. Grandpa's a fire. A big old wad of money. And he's like, yeah, I need you to take us to the rave, right? Because this is Captain Kirk and Gilligan. This is when we meet them.
Yeah. And he's all like, oh, that place, Isla de los Muertes. And
yeah, they introduced the Island of Death.
Did I say it right?
You did.
Oh
it was
God.
beautiful.
Thank you. Good. Okay,
Good work.
Thank you, buddy. They...
Hold up. Before we go much further, I've got to share this because I kept writing ridiculous quotes. And I said, I hate this narrator. He's the guy from the beginning, and he's explaining his douchebag friends, quote, we broke up a few weeks ago, so I could study and she could fence.
Well, isn't
Talking
that
about
fucking convenient? So it's Rudy and Alicia they're talking about, like
talking about the hot girl who ends up being the smartest person in the fucking group.
Yeah.
But just this writing is so bad.
And then he says something about, if not, everyone would be alive today.
That's right. That's right. Such a great narrator.
So we go back to the rave. Everybody's no.
Sure. This
Rave by SEGA.
My God. When I saw that fucking
SEGA.
banner.
You loved it. You were so excited about it. So SEGA produced the original House of the Dead video game. That's why the SEGA thing was up there.
That makes so much sense because I wrote in my notes, this rave is sponsored by fucking SEGA? But why? And I wrote, this rave looks shitty.
Oh my God.
And I hate everything here.
There's a couple like at the rave who like they decide to
They go out to Makeup Town. Makeup
Town?
Make
Where I live?
Make out town on the beach side.
And then like she gets naked. She had bad boobs.
I wrote that as one of my notes. There's so many boobs in this movie. They're all gross.
None of them are good boobs.
Not good boobs.
The only boobs I wanted to see was hot girl Alicia's, and you
she
never saw them.
did.
No, respect.
Kept those boobs private.
Yeah, that's the only ones I wanted to see. Of course, she swims out, and the guy ends up pussing out like they do, a la Jaws.
And I guess he was super drunk because annoyingly, like that trope of passing out on the beach.
Yeah. Which he seemed like he was walking, talking fine earlier. So cool. Maybe shit kicked in. I don't know. I don't really do drugs. Is that how it works?
It kicks in.
Okay. I don't know.
Not like that though.
And then you see when the chick's swimming and like her weird boobs are doing their thing, you see all these bubbles coming up. Like,
and I was like, oh shit, bubbles shouldn't be coming from underneath like that.
And and then she's kind of like, this feels weird.
Like, she just keeps swimming in place. No, like fear or I gotta get out of here.
No.
Like, oh God, I hated this movie.
I know nothing but fear if I'm in the water.
I know. We wouldn't be in this situation.
No, exactly.
First of all.
We'll get to that at the end. Our five top, they're on the way with the captain and Gilligan. Cross-eyed goes to Pukey Town.
Cross-eyed and painless. That was so gross because he pukes all over his girlfriend. And later, a few shots later, he's got puke all over
his face.
All over. Well, so Bubbles gets onto the shore, and who's missing?
Matt,
where
are you?
Know his name, but that's amazing that you did. So she goes looking for him and runs into a crazy, creepy house in a graveyard.
Okay, my drunk notes say, who the fuck goes into rickety ass old graveyard church like a dumb fucking bitch?
You know what's hilarious about you saying that is throughout my notes, I put church.
That's what it looked like to me. Like
that's exactly what it looked like. And then I don't know, 80% of my notes in, I was like, oh shit, this is called House of the Dead.
Church of the Dead.
So I went back into my notes
and you fixed
scratched out church and was like, God damn it. But I remain with my thought, and thank you for backing me up. That was a fucking church and graveyard.
It 100% was.
Fuck this movie.
And then I said, Matt's dead, red-eyed guys, zombie game thing.
That's exactly what I notated, is these dumbass red-eyed zombies. I hated them.
Which we didn't see again.
From moment one. Nope.
It was just the beginning.
These were completely different. Like laser-eyed Superman zombies, but super lame and weak. Dumb. So that duo, done.
I put, these kids look so lame, I hate them.
I wrote, what's with the spastic video game cut-ins throughout the fucking movie? Because it starts here.
That was the just first of the, 36? I said 32. Just
like the worst aspects of fucking, what was, Don't Talk About Fight Club?
Yeah. I don't know why I have this.
What'd you put?
So the kids are still in the boat, like our five top, which is in restaurant lingo. That's 5 people going to a table is a 5 top. That's
Thank you, because I had no idea what you were talking about. But I
5 top. I liked it.
I wanted to be
the 4 tops.
I want to be supportive.
Thank you.
Doob it up.
Like the cranberries.
It was good ear.
I know. Thank you.
High fucking 5.
Thank you, buddy. I just have, did someone fart on the way to the rave? I think somebody, they smelled something funny. That must have been, I don't know, my drunk brain.
That's fantastic. Also, remember they had gone to Pukey Town. So maybe a whiff of old puke came through. Which did not stop them later, I will say.
That didn't stop somebody with me one night, and I was like, "Are you serious? I should vomit it out your car, and you want to do this? Like, you're gross."
Lord, goodness gracious, gracious. So the small group makes it to the island, and they get to the rave. They're so excited,
and nobody's fucking there.
Nothing, empty. Now, to me, it looks super sus. This fucking rave. Yeah. Tables are knocked over. This one girl, smart girl, picks up a fucking, I don't know, shirt, sweater, covered in blood. But the 2 idiot frat boys are like, the keg is full. Let's get this party
some Bud Light.
They're ready to keep it going.
Yes.
Now, they had told Skipper, Captain Kirk, and Gilligan to wait for them here. But
that's right.
What did they do? They skipped out of town. Snowy.
We forgot to say that, when they were leaving do you call it the port or the
the police, the weird naval,
Yeah.
the Navy was after him.
NRA? I don't know,
I
not
put
them.
Navy lady, but I wasn't sure because when she does show up, spoiler alert, fucking
She's strapped. Yeah, I love it.
It was fantastic.
Yeah. They
So
were
they have to be
coming
sketchy
to,
to kind of keep away from her. So yes, they told him we'll be right here, but they had a skedaddle around the other side so they wouldn't get spotted.
Yes.
So that means they're not going to be there when they're needed.
The most. So everybody's like, hot girl's like, shit's like something's not right. They end up separating.
Yep, that's right, because it's a wonderful plan to separate here.
As we discussed.
Basically, hot girl's like, we got to go find everybody. Obviously, not something bad, but something's gone down and we got to go figure it out. And Pukey couple, they want to hang back because they got some make-outing to do.
Do you recall or know what he said to her as he...
I wrote it down.
Oh my God, me too.
Because it is.
Disgusting. He just says that they're going to do the humpity bumpity as he mounts her.
We are going to do
disgusting.
the humpity bumpity baby and then goes humpity bumpity.
Gross.
Ew.
If someone
And
said
she
that to
was
me,
so delighted
yeah.
by it.
her
legs
size 12
wide open.
tennis shoe feet, yeah.
She was ready to go. Now they still had their pukey clothes on. I don't think he still had puke on his face.
Yeah.
But
Then he has
she
to go to
was
the
ready.
bathroom?
And then he's like, I gotta piss. This beer's gotta go somewhere. Fucking, I couldn't wait for that motherfucker to die.
Yeah,
dude.
that was gross.
So our trio, which is
Foxy Brown.
underwear model, Foxy Brown,
Hot girl.
smart, smart. That's probably not
Smart.
great, but I would say she was the smartest
Smartest
of
one
the
in the
group.
group, for sure.
They find 3 survivors, including who? Narrator.
Yes, which is Rudy. And but I called him Red Shirt during my
He
notes.
was a total red shirt.
And I said, Red Shirt knows hot girl? And I
It was
said,
his-
zombies have stubby fingers.
Right? They were so
stubbiest.
stubby and gross,
Yeah.
and it kept coming up on that tree stump.
Yeah, they're like, oh, is this? I love
We're
this
still
tree.
here.
Yeah.
First, they were very gray, and then they were gray with blood splattered
They had
all
some
over
dirt
them.
on them.
Uh-oh, things are getting weird. This rave is hot. This was like the fire festival.
You are incredible. That's all I'm going to say. Where's Ja Rule?
What's one of his songs?
What would I be without my baby? Oh. No, that's D-Max.
Wait, did he die?
He did.
Oh, well, but he did weird stuff, so I'm not going to be like...
Yeah, he let dogs
super,
fight. So
yeah.
no, I don't give a shit.
Okay. So the group argues about the next step. What are we going to do? And they decide, well, we got to go back. You know, they've met these 3 people, and the 3 people have explained,
Like, oh my God. And then, like, I
these
guess
people started
one dude,
attacking us.
He shows them, like, his video. He's the camcorder guy.
Yeah.
and
He's
the
like, here's the
camcorder.
proof. We were all having such a ravey, awesome time. Now, a note that I did not share with you earlier. This rave, because they had to get to the boat at 5, right?
Yeah.
This rave apparently started at 6 p.m. I wrote, I've been to 1 rave in my life. It started at midnight. I've never been to a rave.
I've heard of the morning raves.
This wasn't that
It wasn't a morning
snowy.
rave.
It
I'm
was
just
a
saying.
Sega Genesis 6 p.m. rave.
That's why everybody looks so cool.
Those outfits.
Fucking.
Wow.
And I get it was 2003. That's when I
But
graduated from
Wouldn't you
college.
say they were dressed in 1997, though?
I don't know. It's been
For the most part,
been
that was not 2002 gear. I'm telling you right fucking now.
Oh, fucking hot girl, that little strappy, like, I would have worn that in a hot second.
Well, we wore that in 2020.
Well, yeah.
But that was 1997 gear.
And that one dude who dressed
Look,
like a dad.
hot tip from Fashionista, the doctor.
If you know, you know. Try a Jean talk.
Talk. So let's see what happens next.
So Hot Girl's like, this is a practical joke. And then...
Yeah, people are like taking this shit easy. Now, I wrote down this quote because narrator's like, who do you got here? This guy, because they're exes. They used to be together.
He's a hot girl in red shirt, yeah.
And she says, he just so happens to be the biggest underwear model in America, if you must know. In that
she
line,
did say that. That is a direct quote from the film.
Casted me, Snowy.
It was a good one. They go back to where the rave was, and they can't find blonde girl, and they find
Pukey group.
Yeah, and they find Puker Man. He's been overturned in a porta potty. He's covered in shit.
This guy's got the worst fucking luck of the group, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's got puke all over him, and now he's got literal shit stains on his body and face.
Literal. And he's just...
And who jumps out of the shadows?
Zombies?
It's fucking the girlfriend, all zombified.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And then the gun lady...
All of a sudden, Navy girl jumps out and starts blasting that fucking zombie.
I said she fucks folks up.
She does. Now, she was a bad actress.
Then after that, so the acting is ... atrocious.
Snowy, so bad. This is one of the points where I will confess I too may have been a little tipsy during the viewing, and I yelled at you, this isn't sci-fi! For like the 15th time.
Yeah. I was like, nobody.
So... Back in the boat, we've lost contact of Gilligan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think things are good for him. But we're kind of hanging out with the captain. We see the boat. It's not near the dock because they've decided it's too dangerous.
Right.
And suddenly these fucking Zeds, who I wrote can swim, climb, run, laser eye beam you, like they have powers. They have weapons. I hated these zombies, Snowy.
So these zombies actually, and because of the game, they introduced the very first fast zombies ever.
This is the first fast zombie
in a like, the game.
Ground.
Yeah, so it paved the way for a lot.
28 days later.
Yes, it did.
In the long run.
Yeah.
Ew, that's so cool.
Yeah.
High five.
So again, the game is so groundbreaking and so fucking cool.
It was. No,
and then you
guys,
have
we're
this.
talking shit about this movie, but the game, that's a whole
different
nother realm.
yeah.
Whole nother realm. This is only connected to the game, I would say, in name and some character names.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the best it did.
And so we see the zombies are swimming, and then my notes just say Palpatine? Question mark.
Here's the thing. We have underwear model who's like, there's the boat. I'm going to run off the dock and jump, even though all of my friends are saying what? Don't get in the water. He jumps, he runs, he swims real hard towards the boat, and then all these zombies come towards him.
Because there were zombies in the boat with the captain.
Real hard back towards the shore. Uh-oh, zombies here. And then we get a bunch of unnecessary long fight scenes in this scenario.
Okay, here's the thing. Some of the scenes in this movie, and we'll get to the real bad one in a minute, the length of them.
Oh my God. That
just,
one fighting scene is what you're talking about.
That was like 17 minutes.
That's what you're alluding to. That's coming up and is so long. Oh my God.
It's so long. It's so fucking bad.
And they went so hardcore on that Matrix shot, right?
Okay, so that is actually called a turntable technique for 360-degree shots. That was the last film to ever use it because it was such a dangerous thing, the way they did it, that actors could get maimed or like killed doing it.
Are you kidding
Because they were like, we should probably stop after this. Pump those brakes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that. That's
fucking absurd,
amazing.
right? Yeah.
Unbelievable.
The whole thing, like zombies jumping off the boat with Captain Kirk and whatever, and then...
This is when Kirk decides to tell him the legend of the island, right?
Uh-huh. Do you have a quote for this? Because I certainly do.
I do not. What do you have?
Okay. So the survivors and captain, they band together. Model boy gets some kind of acid, whatever, on his face.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God, you just touched my boob.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
wrote, the zombie just spat acid at him?
Yeah.
Question mark. There's no rules to this world.
None.
And they keep putting shit in our faces that's more and more ludicrous.
Mm-hmm. And so the captain does a little montage, and he talks about why it's Isla de las Muertes.
They keep saying it like that too.
They do. Like I'm not being dramatic.
No, but it's delightful when they do, and when you do it. So I can't wait for more.
And so the captain makes a comment about a crazy Spanish padre, and then he said Spaniards from Spain.
So we get a delightful montage, and basically it's this crazy guy that's
a black and white tale from the high seas.
Yes, absolutely. It's this crazy guy that's going to be executed, I'm assuming. But he takes over the ship, kills everybody, goes into the island, takes over all the natives, enslaves them, and starts doing crazy fucking experiments.
Yes. And we'll get to, like, later on, they go more into that, like a different version of that montage, and he's got a real great thing that he says.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait for that. So the boat's too far away. The group decides we got to get back to that church house. Mm-hmm. We can fortify it. We can make a defense. Now, I've got here, after a long and ridiculous fight/shootout, and this is in reference to what?
Oh, that's not the big thing that happened.
The big fight. That's what I had next. You have something else?
I just have it's a little tiny thing.
Go.
So Greg pulled a hobbit. Cross-eyed pulled a hobbit.
Okay.
He is hiding, like, down at this little, I don't know if it's a cliff thing, and then, like, the zombies are like, where is he? And he's all being quiet, like the fucking hobbits hiding from ring wraiths. And he's like, and then he gets back up, and he's like, safe. And they're like, fuck you, bitch, we hear you. And then you see that 360 thing, and the screen turns red. That means Greg's dead.
That's right.
It's the first one that we see
when
like that.
The screen turns red. That's right.
So we find out the captain is smuggling guns and shit. That's why the gun lady was out for him.
Dirty.
And then, like, it has cigars on top, and like, oh, you have cigars, and he's like,
that's not all I have.
And so then everybody like gets a gun, and then the gun lady's like, mine's so big, and it's stupid.
You know what really pissed me off about this? Tell me. It starts here, but solidifies later, is how good these fucking college students were at fucking guns, fighting, karate kicking.
You're not good at karate kicking?
Well,
you would be. You actually would be pretty decent.
Well, I don't want to boast, but like it was just so curious to me how they were all like in the montage of suiting up, like click.
That was an issue for me too, because someone who's handled guns like my entire life, guns are not easy.
No. You have to know what you're fucking doing.
Yes.
And this is from a person who does not know and respects drugs from a very afraid place.
Respect drugs?
Did I say drugs?
You said drugs. I was like, do you from an away place? Is that what you and drugs do?
Me and drugs be far away. Oh, no. And then real close. And then far away. God damn it. Guns and I come from a nervous place. Mm-hmm. And like these motherfuckers acted like they were part of the goddamn like special ops unit.
Yeah.
Bada bada bing.
Yeah. They knew. Which is bullshit. So the camera circles each person while they shoot, and this scene is so long.
God,
it's so arduous.
Long.
Like,
I hated it.
I hate it.
We're losing people left and right. Zombies are dying left and right.
And each person shoots shit up. It's interspersed with like these video game clips. And there's actually in that montage, like this whole scene, there's like 24 of the video game clips with the 32 and the 32 in the entire movie. There's 24 video game clips in here.
Aggressive subliminal message type.
Kind of, yeah.
It was just so out of line. Who decided this was good?
So
Much
long.
less 32 times.
It's so long. So long.
So the survivors, they head to the house, right?
Yeah, so at this point, so we've got Rudy Red Shirt, we've got Hot Smart Girl Alicia, we've got Foxy Brown, we've got Model Boy, and then Liberty, the girl that was in the American flag, she dies during this.
She died.
And I think the gun lady dies during this too,
her
right?
Way out of the situation.
Right.
Yeah, Navy girl dies with narrator, and he's like, "It was all my fault."
Yeah.
Later, it's so
ridiculous.
fucking lame.
And then Model Boy's like, "I'm not pretty anymore." Wah.
Yeah, life's gonna be real rough, and so
And then Foxy
what's her
says,
butt's like,
"I still think you sexy as fuck, boy.
I got
Come
some
here."
for you. Uncomfortable makeout. Uncomfortable loud makeout. How is that?
Yeah.
We make out different. Yours was very smooth. Mine was like la la. La la la.
What were you holding? That was my face?
Watch out, boys.
So Captain Kirk gets bitten. They drag him in, put him on a table.
That's right. They break into the house and then they decide we gotta go explore. We gotta figure it out.
That's when I finally figured it out. And I go, wait, fucking Captain Kirk.
That's when you figured out Captain Kirk.
Yeah,
You're
second
adorable.
watch.
I could pinch your little cheeks.
Yeah, well.
I wrote, so basically, they come into all this fucked up shit and they start realizing, this is bad.
Mm-hmm.
And narrator decides he's a doctor now. And
he actually was, I think, he was either supposed to be like a resident. He was a resident in med school, yeah.
Okay, because he looks into a fucking, what's the thing?
Microscope?
That's the one.
I was like, are you giving a hand job?
He looks right into that.
Little juicer action? That's what I like to call it.
He does a little, what's that? What, that video you showed me of the lady with the fruit?
Oh, the grapefruit technique.
A grapefruit. He grapefruited this thing, and I did quote, "I've never seen anything like it before. It's completely unnatural. It's fucking genius." That's a quote from this movie.
It is a good one. That's probably one of the better quotes of the film.
Guys, I hate this movie.
Yeah. They leave Captain Kirk. They leave him one bullet.
He's been jacked up. He's been bitten.
Yeah, he's like just fucking let me go.
Super bad shape. And what does he hear? A little whistle.
Which is
familiar whistle from old Gilligan.
Yeah.
So he leaves the fucking house, right? He's gonna go check shit out.
And of course the zombies are out there, and it's Salish, and he ends up he kills him, and then they kind of go outside because they hear the gunshot.
Well, narrator goes out there and he's like, "Captain Kirk, don't do this," and he's like, "I'm gonna sacrifice myself." And
I'm going to sacrifice myself.
Noise! He lights some dynamite and explodes himself and the nearby zombies.
Yeah.
And the trio, they escape down a hatch in the middle of the house.
You do. They go to the experiment room.
Ah, yes.
So there's a red water box that holds a secret. That's what I have. That's what my notes say.
The secret of life after death.
Yeah. That Haitian shit.
That's what's reanimating these fucking zombies.
Wyclef Jean's gonna be so pissed at us. Haiti. Shut up. I hate that We Are the World redo. I fucking hate it. I don't care who knows.
Good for you, buddy. I support you.
And the beebs in it.
Whatever hate you have, I have.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Fuck you, beebs.
We hate it a lot.
Fuck you.
We'll watch it after.
We're
gonna forget for like 4 weeks.
I am the world.
And compared to the first one, which is fucking magic, and me just screaming every artist that comes on.
So once they come down, there's apparently catacombs underneath the house.
There's railroads. I said it's the underground fucking railroad.
It's the Z Road.
Yes. they discover gunpowder in the kegs.
That's right, the barrels.
Yeah, the barrels.
Yeah.
Somebody's...
But unfortunately, for them to light it, it means someone would have to be left behind.
Right, and then Pretty Boy ends up getting like kind of yanked through.
That's right.
And
so
in his last-ditch effort,
model.
He pops.
That's right.
There's an explosion. They all land on their stomach. So Foxy, Hot Girl, Red Shirt. There are 3 survivors at this point.
They're left. Now, suddenly, Humpity Dumpity shows up, hooded, and says, "Come this way." Because we lose Foxy
Brown, yeah, she ends up getting. She's
she
like, "I've got this." She wants to fist fight the zombies.
Said, no, you were right. She said, "I got this," and I thought she might have a weapon or a special gun.
Nope.
She's like, "Pow pow, left, right, uppercut."
Like she's doing Taebo. She Billy Blanks it and
she
just
Billy
fucking
Blanks it right into the zombie's mouth.
Yeah.
She gets way fucked.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, Cross-Eye comes out of nowhere.
Cross-Eyed and Painless is like, "Follow me this way."
Not that song.
Follow me.
This is magic. I'm so glad we have this on record. I said on record. On record.
Rewind it.
On record. I hate myself.
No, I love you.
I love you, bye. The hooded figure comes out of nowhere. We think it's him, and then like Red Shirt ends up pulling like a curtain back, and you see the like muscly face of
fucking underwear model.
No, not underwear model.
It was his actual face.
No, it was Cross-Eye's face.
You're right. Let's go back.
I'm looking else can I call him Pukey Town's face?
Pukey Town.
It was Pukey Town's face.
Pukey Town.
But it was just his muscle.
The face that they're following into this weird catacomb area.
You see his eyes, and then all of a sudden, he rips it off. It's Palpatine!
Now, I will say that was probably the best reveal or best time of this whole, like, horror film was him ripping off the face of fucking Pukey Town.
My favorite part was later, but we'll discuss that.
All right, let's see it there. So they're like, fight, no.
And then, like, he wants to bang Hot Girl. And to me, and I watch way too much horror porn, the best part was, like, so, like, oh boy, like, Palpatine, like, licks her face. He's like, "Your flesh, I've been waiting for it."
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, and he wants to take Red Shirt and use his body
to be the new body that he's going to inhabit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Palpatine's got, like, his zombies holding down Red Shirt. And Red Shirt's like, "Why do you want to be immortal?"
Yes.
And then fucking Palpatine says, "To live forever."
Yes! Oh my God, I'm so glad you said that.
I feel like...
Because right before that, he went on this whole montage about him coming over to the New World and how he did this island
That was what
Captain
Kirk was talking about earlier.
Yeah. And so, like, for this to be the culmination, we're supposed to find out why this is all happening. He's basically a mad scientist.
Yeah.
Who's like fucking all this shit up in this island. And when he says, "Why do you want to be immortal?"
To live forever. Well, yeah. Like, I get, like...
Christ.
They end up escaping. Okay, so they blow shit up.
That's right. They throw a grenade.
They had the one final grenade that
narrator's
Captain
like,
Kirk had.
Boom. Yeah. But it does nothing to our intrepid...
immortal. And of course, like, they think everything's fine. So they just start walking off talking to each other. And I'm like, "You fucking idiots." And then what happens? Palpatine comes out of the door and...
out of the dust.
Yeah.
And he has a sword fight with fucking narrator.
No, well, he's a sword fight with
the
old girl who was a fencer.
Because narrator gets knocked out, right?
Something. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. And then he ends up stabbing old girl, like, through her fantastic boobs.
That's right.
Very
and that
sad.
Pisses off narrator. So what does he do?
He decapitates him. Now,
but nay, that is not enough, because what happens next?
The body gets up and starts choking him out.
The
decapitated
body strangles the life
Hot
out of
girl
narrator.
who's like her last breaths, she gets up, and what is my favorite part is when she takes and she smashes that dude's head with her foot.
She basically
and it was so gory, and I loved it. Yeah, she curb stomps his head, and I loved it.
And that was it. That was it. Everyone's done.
Well, she ends up passing, like she goes down to the ground again. So the next thing we see, there's like a helicopter that lands.
That's right. And some suits.
Some suits come out.
Some suits come out to play.
So
They're
what's
like,
fun
we're here to
rescue you.
But
we see old boy and homegirl, he's kind of like holding her as they come out of the door. And I'm like, why are they coming out of the door? They blew that shit up. Well, and I also love that she says when old girl, I think she stomps his head, she goes, game over, motherfucker.
Yes, that is pretty good. That is pretty good.
So suits are like, oh, we're here to rescue you. And red shirt's like, cool. And he's like, you got a name? And he says, Rudolph. And then he's like, you got a last name? Curian. So that means that's a segue, obviously, to House of the Dead, because Dr. Curian is who creates this. Old girl has died. He has given her whatever this life force is. That's why they're coming out of the shit again. And because later on they span to, I guess it's like Manhattan.
So wait a minute, you're telling me that they went through this horrific thing. She dies, and so narrator takes her back to this island to revive her.
He takes her back down, like, and he gets
starts up this shit up again. He ends up being the baddie.
Yeah, he's one
in the video games.
Yeah,
whoa,
he's the one that creates it. Yeah.
Oh fuck yes, I love that. That's not enough to make this a good movie, but what a fun little spin.
Yeah. If you know, then it's cool. So what's fun is there's a director's cut of this movie. And
oh my God.
And no, wait for it. It's hilarious. Bowl or whatever his name is. In the director's cut, it's him being kidnapped and strapped in and forced to watch this movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Not bad. And my friend, this is the end.
This is the end. So
we got to go on to real
talk.
Oh my goodness, Snowy. I hated the fucking shit out of this movie.
Yeah, this movie left so much to be desired.
Are we shocking people? Is this a shocker?
Oh my God. That 2.1, that 10%, that 3%,
shit. What a dud what a wrench in our delicious Halloween adventure.
Right, because we've had the past two I've totally enjoyed.
What a blast. But you know what? I'm going to tell you this.
Tell me.
Even though it was a dud and a half, we were feeling so good during this live watch.
We were.
I'm going to tell you, when I did the rewatch, it was like watching it for the first time.
Kind of, yeah. There were some things I was like, that happened so much.
Entire chapters and segments. I was like, my God, it's like
1 3/4 way through. I was like, Captain Kirk.
I'm understanding this at a whole new level.
Huh.
Oh my goodness. But I'm going to say writing shitty. The terrible fucking unts soundtrack. So shitty. The subliminal fucking images of the video game, which this did not follow in any way. What a lost opportunity there.
Yeah. This would be a very cool remake.
Could have been awesome.
I could get behind this as a remake.
Absolutely.
But it just, it was not what I wanted it to be at all. I was excited about it because
what a disappointment. Because for zombies, we can do so much better.
So much better. And the fact that, again, this video game was the precursor to, zombies that are fast, that can think, that can wield weapons.
And the video game itself was legendary. And broke expectations and fucking
I love scary video
genres. And I will watch a scary video game, but I'm very trepidatious about playing one. I get real when you're in that POV.
Could you do VR with something scary, do you think?
No.
I
can't handle it. I can't handle it. It sticks in your mind different from a shooter or a puzzler or a side scroller. I want to play video games for fun. There's got to be something that's fun. And even with fucked up shit, there's this great Alien or no fucking Jason Voorhees. Mm-hmm. What was that series?
Friday the 13th?
There's a great Friday the 13th video game where you're the campers and one of your friends is Jason.
Oh, cool.
And there's also like a Predator version of that came out soon. So you're like either fighting or you're the Predator. So that's like a fun way, but like this stuff is not cool for me. I can't handle it.
So like, have you ever played Silent Hill?
No.
So Silent Hill, I love that movie because it's so
I love the first two, I'd even say. I think
second one was all right. Yeah, that had Jon Snow in it, right?
Mm-hmm. There's been some more that have not been great. I think we've exhausted this one. Let's talk about a rating.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first?
1.
I'd be happy to. I'm going 0 here.
You're going 0. Wow.
Deplorable. I found very little
very
redemption
fair.
here. It was tough to get through the first time. The only redemption was I was so drunk and having a great time with you.
Oh, and then we got to eat an alpaca. We got to eat a Peruvian cuisine. It was so good.
That green sauce.
I got that green sauce. So good.
But like watching it by myself, I was like, I want to be elsewhere. But so the Real Fun Times rating is a what?
0.5.
0.5.
0.5 for House of the Dead.
Wah, wah. And without much further ado, you know what we're going to do?
We got to pull something from the witch hat.
It looks like it's my turn. Let me go get the...
Okay, so I'm super excited because we've got 2 things that we had in there last season, and I forget what the third one is.
So it's anybody's choice. We got Ouija.
That's what it is.
Gosha.
Uh-huh.
And Necromancer?
Reanimator.
That's the one.
All right, you ready?
Okay, I believe it is my turn. And our final pick, Reanimator.
Okay. I'm fucking amped about this.
You know what?
It's me fucked up.
This is an ode to our 80s binge from last year.
Yes,
and
it
I'm
is.
fucking looking forward to it. Absolutely.
I love Reanimator.
But in the meantime, you gotta reach out. Let us know about your spooktastic picks. What do you like in the Halloween
What are you doing?
season?
So you said something earlier. There was something you said about watching, and I want to tell you that I haven't watched whatever it was you'd mentioned yet because I'm not watching anything but scary shit right now. Like if it's not like in it's not in the horror. Spook.
October is all scary.
Yeah, I don't watch anything else.
What are you watching this week?
So the other day I did 6 Freddy Krueger movies in 2 days.
Wow.
I was off.
That's a commitment.
I was off and I was hungover and I was whatever. And so
now we watched together
Dream
over
Warriors.
the phone. Oh, what a
that
fun
was so
time.
fun. I had a great
so
time.
Much fun,
yeah.
Snowy. I wanted to tell you privately, but now we're on the air. What a fucking blast!
Yeah, that was
we
so
were
much
texting
fun.
back and forth. Guys, reach out,
Say hello.
like, rate, review, and you gotta tell
Subscribe.
somebody. Absolutely subscribe. Who will we tell this week?
All right. So, movie about zombies.
Well, Sega zombies.
Tell someone that you knew at one point had a Sega Genesis.
Absolutely.
They're going to be in our wheelhouse.
Come on in, guys.
Yeah,
You're missing out.
We welcome you.
Open arms.
Yeah.
And come back for our final episode of our Spooktastic Halloween Adventure.
We do Reanimator.
It's going to be a hell of a time. And until then,
Game over, motherfucker.
Thank you for listening to Real Fun Times, your favorite movie podcast.
Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Real Fun Times. REELFUNTIMES. Real Fun Times is produced by Drea Age, Rose Age, and Noelle Phelps. The thoughts and opinions expressed herein are solely those of the individual hosts, nobody else's. No one's.
Real Fun Times is not affiliated with or connected to any of the motion pictures, music, or other clips played within this podcast. All movie clips and music included in this podcast are the intellectual property of the respective copyright holders. They're included here for review purposes, and absolutely no infringement is intended.
And a very sincere thank you to Michael for our rad outro music. To hear more of his offerings, art, and collaborations, check him out on Instagram at that_old_school_ghoul. Okay, so...
Which one's which? Sadist,
Sadist
we
wants-
have to wait for it to turn off, so calm down.
Oh, that's right.
Why don't you relax?
Sorry. So sadist...
Sadist is, I like to get beat.
No, sadist is I'm going to beat you.
I want to beat you.
And a masochist is like, please beat me. Glutton for punishment.
I guess if I have to choose, I have to punish. Because you're not going to punish me. I don't like pain.
Oh, God. I'm a firm believer in a good kind of hurt. You should see, I'm not going to show you, my boobs are so purple. Like, they are so bruised up.
Thank you for not showing me.
Could you imagine if I came out here and was just like, skada!
Skada! Is
that not the sound that you associate with being Flash?
Bonga, 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 bonga. Whenever we talk about your boobs, I'm gonna go.
That's incredible, and I hope that you keep up. Like, that's one of the greatest things I've heard in my whole life.